Hi everyone, welcome. Today we are going to be using a light set of weights and a small ball, and we'll go ahead and get started on our mat today. Okay, so I'm going to start here with the small ball. We're going to place that small ball right about where that bra strap is, right about the low part of that bra strap here. Probably shouldn't have worn a crop top because it's so cold today. Good. And then just find that place where the ball feels kind of comfortable between those low shoulder blades, where your bum can still rest onto the mat here. Hands are going to come back behind the head. And let's just arch ourselves up and over, opening up the chest, opening up the rib cage, letting everything flare out. Good. And just letting it open. Let it feel nice to start. Maybe a little rock side to side here. And then making sure that head is heavy in your hands, we're going to exhale, curl ourselves right back up. And then release up and over the ball again. Let it feel nice. Exhale, head is heavy. Scooping, we curl back up. Good. We release. Exhale, we curl. Good. Releasing. Exhale, we curl. And now let's only take it about halfway down before we release the head. And then exhale right back up. Releasing. Exhale right back up. Good. So noticing here that I'm not going too far back now. Exhaling up and just a little release so that we open that core back up so it's not crunching here. We're not in constant flexion. Exhale, right back down. Ribs glide towards those hips. Good. Exhale, curl. Right back down. Good. Exhaling, head is heavy in those hands. Warming up those abdominals, getting right into those upper abdominals here. Exhaling, we curl. Right back down. Let's go for 6. Exhale, curl, eyes to thighs. Last 3, 2, and 1. Holding it here, we're going to take it for a march. We lift one leg to tabletop, placing that leg down, pushing through that side, we lift the other. Exhale as we scoop, pressing that supporting foot into the mat as we lift the other leg. Pressing that supporting side down as we scoop that other leg. Good. Push and lift. Push and lift. Trying to keep those hips equally weighted here. Trying not to wiggle around on the ball or through those hips. Head is staying heavy in those hands. Pushing through that supporting foot. Pushing through that supporting foot here. Pressing and scoop. Good. One more on each. And then let's lift both of those legs right up to tabletop here. Legs are hovering. Single toe taps. We tap it down. And we scoop. Good. We tap. And we scoop, warming up those low abdominals, thinking ribs are still gliding down towards those hips here. We're tapping and we're scooping. Good. Head stays heavy in those hands, keeping tension out of our neck. You're always welcome to use a magic circle or a towel, whatever it is that you have at home to help support that. Tapping down. Scooping right back up, tap and scoop, feeling those low abdominals engaging. Exhale as we lift that leg up. And then from here, double, both legs, they lower. Exhaling right back up. So really similar to the ab series that I usually warm up with here, but now we're on top of that ball, making it a little bit more unstable, a little bit more unsteady. We lower. We exhale right back up. You can always open those knees if it bothers your hips here. Lower, exhale, scoop those legs. A few more here. Exhale, scooping those legs, scooping those knees up. Good. 4 more. Here we scoop. Last 3, keeping tailbone on the mat. For 2, exhaling, we lift. 1 more here. And then let's place both of those feet right back down. Head is still heavy in those hands, and we're going to start to warm up with a rotation. So just a little twist. And a little twist. Good. So ball is trying not to move too much here. You're just thinking taking that rib towards that opposite hip. Twisting. Good. And twisting. Taking that rib towards the opposite hip. Rotation. Good. Rotation. Feeling those obliques. Exhale. Exhale. 1 more on each side. And then we're going to add that march again. We twist. And we march. Good. Rotating at that rib cage. We twist. And march. Good. Rotating at those ribs here. Twist. Good. And twist. Feeling those obliques firing up here. Rotating at that rib cage. We twist. Good, and we twist. A few more here before we lift both of those legs up to tabletop. Good. 1 more on each side. That rotation. That rotation. Take it back to center. Both legs lift right up to tabletop here. Single toe taps again. And then again, we're going to start to add that rotation. Twist. Good. Twisting. And noticing how my rotation, that twist here, isn't too exaggerated. Otherwise, I'm going to roll off that ball. We're twisting at that rib cage while we tap the other toe down. Good. Rotating. Rotating. Good. A few more here. And twist. Good. Twisting at those ribs. Twisting at those ribs. 1 more to each. Back to center, double legs, they go down. Right back up, good, double legs down. Exhale, right back up, they lower. They exhale to lift here, good. Just lowering my arms because my forearms are bothering me. Have some wrist issues, lower. Exhale, right back up. And then from here, we're going to take that rotation, that twist and hold, again, lower, exhaling back up, that small rotation, that small twist of the ribs, lowering, exhaling right back up. Good, we have 4, exhale, for 3, exhale, last 2, last 1, rotate to the other side. Hold, and again, we lower and lift. Lower, exhaling up. Scooping those legs. Scooping those knees up. 2 more, exhale up. 1 more, exhale up. And then we're going to do double leg stretch. Everything hugs in. Everything reaches. Exhale, wrap and huff. And reach. Exhale, wrap and huff. And reach. Exhale, scoop it all in. Reach it out, hug those knees. Reaching, exhale, hug, and reach, exhale, hug, and reach, good, exhale, scooping those knees in, hugging those knees in. We have 8 more here. Good, reach, exhale, hug, feeling that core. It's our last move here on the ball. Reach, exhale, hug. 4 more to finish. Reaching. Exhale it all right back in. Last 2. Last 1. Hug it in. Place both of those feet down. Hands back behind the head. Let's arch it back up and over, opening up that rib cage, those abdominals. Let it feel nice here. Good. And then And rolling ourselves right back up. We're gonna grab back onto that ball, but this time we're gonna lie ourselves all the way down here. And we're gonna come into a short bridging series. So resting yourself all the way down here, making sure that head is nice and flat so there's nothing there blocking your head from being flat onto your mat. From here, this ball is gonna come right between those knees, right between those thighs, so not fully right up. We're gonna need lower part of those thighs here. Good. Feet are flat, and we're just gonna start to squeeze into this ball. Let's squeeze it in and in. Start pulsing in. In. Good. We're squeezing, squeezing. Pulses. Good. Squeezing into this ball here. Pulses in. In. Good. Pulse in. In. Last 8. Squeezing onto that ball. Feeling those inner thighs. Squeeze. Squeeze. We have 2. Last one, squeeze and hold. Hold that squeeze. Feel those inner thighs, those low abdominals working. And then from here, we're just gonna keep a gentle squeeze onto the ball. So not a super hard squeeze, just make sure you're squeezing so we don't drop it. Palms are placing down, pressing into the mat. We're taking it into some flat back bridges. We lift and we tap. Squeeze those glutes, tap them right back down. We're reaching through those knees. Squeeze and tap. Squeeze and tap. Good. Pushing those hips up to the sky. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Good. Squeeze and lift. Tap it down. Squeeze and lift. Tap it down. Pushing through those feet. Pressing through those feet. Nice and equal. Good. Pushing heels and toes into the floor. Squeeze and tap. Reaching through knees, pushing those hips up to the sky. Good, and noticing here that I'm not lifting up to my highest possible extent. I'm just coming up to where I come into a nice line through shoulder blades, through knees. Tap and lift. Good, we have 8. Squeezing those glutes, pushing those hips up to the sky. Good, really pushing those palms into the mat next to us for 3. Last 2. Next time we hold it up, pulses up, up, little pulses here, squeeze and lift, pushing through those feet, squeezing and lifting. We have 8 little pulses, feel hamstrings, feel glutes, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, and 1, full range. You're gonna tap it down and lift, good, tap it down and lift, pushing through those feet, squeezing those glutes. Tap and lift. We have 6. Good. Pushing through those feet. Reaching through those knees. Last 4. Squeeze. 3. Push those feet. Last 2. And 1. Hold it up. Pulses up and up. Good. We're pulsing. We're squeezing. Reaching through those knees. This next pulse, we're going to hold it up. Pulse the ball in. And in. Good. Squeeze it in and in. Think shoulders are reaching away from the ears. We're pulsing into this ball. Squeeze, squeeze, keeping those hips lifted, making sure we didn't drop those hips down onto the mat here. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Pulses in, feeling hamstrings and inner thighs. And then we're going to combine. We're going to lift and lower for 2. Up and up. Pulse for 2. 2. Lower, lift, lower, lift, squeeze and squeeze. We tap and tap, squeeze, squeeze, tap, tap, squeeze and squeeze. Good. We tap and we tap, we squeeze and squeeze. Good for 8. Pulse, pulse. 7 more. Pulse, pulse. Last 6. Squeeze, squeeze. Pushing through those feet. Lifting those glutes. Tap, tap. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Tap, tap. Squeeze and squeeze. Last 2. Squeeze, squeeze. Last 1. Hold it up, squeeze that ball. Keep squeezing, squeezing. Maybe we reach those arms up for a little bit more of a challenge here. Squeezing into that ball, pushing through those feet. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, quicker pulses here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze and hold for 4, 3, squeezing that ball, and then release it all the way down. Take the ball out of the knees, rock those knees side to side here. Good, and we just let them fall from one side to the other. Good, letting those knees rock, loosening up those hips. Good, and then we're gonna take this ball again. We're gonna lift our hips up, but this time ball is gonna go right under the low back. It's really right around where my tailbone is here. So it's about legging strap height, a little bit lower, but you'll figure out where that pace needs to be here because we're gonna lift our legs up to tabletop. So make sure it feels centered here. Ooh, gross. We lift one leg up to tabletop, followed by the other leg. Good, and hopefully here you guys can do your ab series without duck jerky landing on your forehead. We're gonna take it to single leg stretch. So already noticing the more air you have in this ball, the harder it is gonna be to stabilize here. So really making sure that core is working just to stabilize. Palms are pressing into the mat. We take it to single leg stretch. One leg reaches out and then the other. Good. Reach and pull. Good. And then as you come in here, making sure that those knees don't come in any more than your hips here. So we're really challenging that core. Trying not to let that knee come in any closer than your hip. Good. Reach and reach. Good. Maybe we could take it a little bit lower here as long as that low back feels safe and protected. Reach and reach. Good. We're pulling that opposite knee back in, reaching that leg out. We have 6. Staying centered on that ball. Slow and controlled so we don't wiggle off here. You're always welcome to take something that's a little bit less deflated or less inflated, like a pillow or a blanket. And then from here, we're gonna take both legs straight to the sky, one leg down, and then the other. Good. One, and then the other. Good. Lower and switch. Lower and switch. Good. Reaching through that leg. Staying centered on that ball. We swap and swap. Good. First 6. 5 more here. Staying centered and heavy on that ball. Maybe keep pressing those palms in to help stabilize. And then we're going to lift both legs right up to the sky here. Both legs lower down. Exhale right back up. Good. Keeping that low back heavy. Keeping that low back protected. Lower and scoop. Good. We lower. We exhale to scoop those legs right back up here. Good. Using those low abdominals to scoop those legs up. Exhale, lifting. Good. Last few here. Last 3. Exhale up. For 2. Exhale up. 1 more here. Exhale, lift. Knees are bent. From here, we reach them out. Exhale, pull it in. You're always welcome to separate those knees here if it feels best for your hips. Reaching, exhale, bend. Reach, exhale, pull. Good. Staying supported, staying heavy onto that ball here. Palms are pressing in to stay steady and stable. Reaching the legs out. Exhale, pulling those knees right back in. Good. Reach. Exhale. 4. Exhale for 3. Scooping in. Last 2. Exhale in. 1 more here. And then from here, single toe taps. We separate those legs. 1 leg goes down. We probably won't tap the ground here. And then right back up. Lower. And scooping. Good. Lower. And scooping. Good, we have one more move on top of this ball after this. Good, and then from here, both legs together, and I'm gonna separate my knees so that it loosens up my hips. We lower and lift, and I'm lowering and lifting that diamond shape here. Lowering and scooping those legs back up. Lower. Exhale, scooping those legs back up, using those low abdominals, that low core. Just scoop those legs back up. Good, trying to stay centered on this ball. Let's go for 6 more here to finish this series. Good, scooping those knees back up. Last 3, exhale up for 2, exhale up. 1 more here, exhale, we lift, and then place both of those feet down, lift the hips up, take that ball out. Let's hug those knees in here for a moment. Good. And then we're gonna come back into some glute work here. So keep that ball next to you. Place those feet right back down here. We're gonna come into a march for our bridge first before we incorporate that ball again. So feet here are gonna be a little bit closer than hip distance. We're gonna push through those feet, squeeze and lift. Hold that bridge up here. We're gonna take it for a march. One leg lifts up as we press the other foot down. Push that foot down, swapping legs. Press and lift. Pushing through that foot to lift. Pushing through that foot to lift, and keeping an eye on those hips here, making sure that as we march, we're not hiking or dropping those hips. They're staying nice and equal. Pushing through that foot. Pushing through that foot. Good, a few more here. Pressing through that supporting side. And you'll notice for most of the time, I don't point my toes because I have really tight arches here, so it usually brings my foot into a cramp, but do whatever feels best for you here. Pushing through that supporting foot, pushing through that supporting foot. Let's take it all the way down here, and let's take this ball and place it back behind our right leg. So you're just gonna squeeze onto that ball here. Maybe wearing sweatpants today wasn't the best idea I've had. We'll find out what happens. Good, and then from here, keeping a squeeze onto that ball as much as we can, we lift ourselves back into that bridge. That ball's not gonna stay for me today. Good, so from here, imagine I'm holding that ball with you. You're gonna be squeezing that ball behind your right thigh or whichever thigh this is. From here, we're gonna tap and lift this leg, tapping and lifting, holding that ball behind the knee. So imagine that ball this whole time is squeezing back behind, tapping and lifting. Good, tapping and lifting, squeezing that ball behind this knee, really pushing through that supporting side, pushing through that supporting foot, tapping and scooping that leg right back up for 8, pushing through that supporting side. Good, squeezing that ball here. Last 4, tapping, squeezing, 3, good, 2, last one, keep the leg lifted, keep a hold on the ball, hips go down, right back up. Tap and lift, good, tap and lift. Squeezing onto that ball, pushing through that supporting side. 5 more here, pressing that side. Lifting those hips, 3, 2, and 1. Take it all the way down. You take that ball from behind that knee, and you'll place it back behind the other knee. Again, squeezing that ball back behind the knee, so you're really holding on here. Again, because of my pants, bad idea today, I can't grip onto that ball. From here, we're gonna lift it right back up. So squeeze those glutes, lift yourself right back up into that bridge. Ball is now behind the opposite leg, pushing through the supporting side. We're lifting and tapping that leg down. The leg with the ball behind the knee is tapping and lifting. Good, we're tapping and we're scooping that leg back up, really pressing in through the supporting side, feeling glute, feeling hamstring. We have 4 more here, pushing through that supporting side. Tap and lift for 3, 2, keep it lifted, full range bridges, down and up. We have 7, 6, pushing through that supporting foot, lifting those hips. 3, 2, and 1. Take it down, remove that ball, place both legs down, and then just let those knees again rock from side to side. Good, let it feel nice here, let it release. Glutes just did a nice amount of work, so we'll get them a break here. And then we're gonna come into some ab work again. We're gonna grab back onto this ball. Good. And then from here, we're gonna take this ball, place it back between those inner thighs here for a moment. We're gonna re-warm up that core, which I know you're saying my core's already warmed up, so please don't say that. Hands are gonna come right back behind the head. Oh, hi lady, good. Such a bummer. The only sad thing about filming at home is when she actually wants to pedal with me, and I can't. Good. So from here, head is heavy in those hands. We have a squeeze on that ball, so we're just gonna add a little bit more to those abdominals here. You're gonna exhale, curl yourself up, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Hold in here. We're gonna take those arms, reach them around to curl up a little bit higher. Keep squeezing that ball. Hands come back, release it down. Exhale, curl. Reach to lift, back and down. Exhale, curl. Reach and lift. We're squeezing that ball. So similar move that I do in a lot of classes, but now we have that ball between the inner thighs to really engage that low core. Exhale, reach, hands and down. Exhale, reach, hands and down. And notice when I reach my arms, I actually lift up higher, back and down. Good. Exhale, reach and down. Good. Exhale, reach and back. 3 more. Exhale, reach it. Hands and down for 2. And back. 1 more. Hold it here. Reach. Reach. Keep squeezing that ball, squeezing those inner thighs, feeling that center core firing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back. Take it down. A little bit of obliques before we remove that ball. Exhale, curl. From here, take your left hand, reach it across your body. We're pulsing. Reaches. Good. So squeezing that ball, reaching across our body. Opposite rib to opposite hip. Pulses. Pulses. 8. Reaching. Squeezing that ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes back. Lower it down. Exhale, curl. Other arm. Sorry, Hayes. I just smacked her in the face. Little pulses. Reach. Reach. Good. We're pulsing, reaching, pushing through feet, squeezing that ball. 4, 3, fire, and 1. Hand comes back. Lowering it all the way down. We're going to grab back onto that ball here. Good. We have 1 more kind of brutal ab series we're going to go through here with this ball, and then our abs are done. We're going to take some hand weights out and finish class with some hand weights. So holding right onto this ball, we're going to lift our legs straight up to the sky, whatever straight means for you. I have tight hamstrings, so I have a gentle bend in my knees here. We're going to grab onto this ball. We're going to curl head, neck, and shoulders. Reaches. Let's pulse it up and up. Good. Reaching and pulsing. Reach. Reach. Good. Pulses up towards those toes. Good. We pulse. Pulse. Reaching through that ball. We have 8. Feeling those upper abdominals by those ribs. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. You're going to take the ball around. And then every time we take it around, we're curling up a little bit higher as we circle it. 5. Reaching. 4. Circle that ball. 3. 2 more. Last one. We're going to swap directions. Other way. Circle that ball. Reach. Good for 4. Curling a little bit higher. Every time we reach that ball, if it's bothering your neck for any reason, hand comes back behind the head here, and we'll just pulse our abs up. 1 more. Take it back. Lower yourself down for a second, and then we're going to drop our left leg all the way down. You can keep it bent if that feels better. I'm just going to let it fall straight to the ground. Right up to this right leg here. We pulse it up and up. Good. Reaches, pulses, pulsing up. Up, good, reaching towards that foot, reaching towards that ankle. 6, pulses. Ribs are gliding towards those hips. One more, we take that circle around, and every time we circle, we're curling a little bit higher. Reaches, reaches, we have 5, a little bit higher every time we reach for 2, and 1, other way, reach, and pulse. Good, we're not pulsing, we're just curling a little bit higher every time, so it feels kind of like a pulse. 3, 2, and 1. That leg goes down. Lower the upper body just for a moment. Exhale it right back up. Other leg lifts, pulses. Reaches, good. Up towards that ankle, up towards that foot. 5, 4, pulses. 3, 2, we circle that ball around. Around, good, we circle. Good, every time we're reaching the ball, we curl up a little bit higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1, other way. Good, if you need anything cute to look at, just take a peek at Hazy's face. It should help you feel a little bit better through this series. 3, 2, and 1. Both legs are going up again. Pulse. Reach, reach. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last thing here. Open those legs. Reach the ball through. Reach it back. Exhale, reach. And reach. Exhale, reach. And reach. Good. So I'm laying back down on the ground when I reach the ball up overhead. Full extension. Reaching. Reaching. Last 8 here, and we're done with our abs for 7. Reach that ball. Try to reach towards Hayes. Exhale. Last 4. 3. Reach that ball for 2. Last one. Reach, pulse it here to finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the legs down. Drop that ball. And release everything out. Give yourself a moment. Take a break here. Rock those knees side to side. I know you want to cuddle. I'm sorry. So right here. And then just let that feel nice for a moment here. Rocking those knees. Give that core a break. And then from here, we're going to come all the way up to seated. Good. Coming to a seated position. And we're going to grab onto our weights to finish class today. Good. So grabbing whatever set of weights here feel best for you. I have 2 sets, a 3-pound and a 2-pound. I'm going to try and start with my 3 pounds. You don't think it's going to go well, so I'm going to switch to the 2. Feel welcome to do whatever it is that feels best for you. Maybe no weights at all today. Take those arms. Actually, I've already changed my mind. I'm just going to grab those 2s right away. Take those arms all the way down by your side. Feel free to laugh at me at home if that makes you feel better. Good. Arms down by your side. Extend those arms. Knuckles facing to the floor. We're going to lift up to shoulder height. Right back down. Good. Up and down. Good. Lift and lower. Reaching through those arms. Good. Up to shoulder height. Right back down. We're sitting nice and tall here. Up to shoulder height. Right back down. Good. Let's go for 6. Lift and lower. Feeling shoulders. Thinking shoulders away from the ears. Sitting nice and tall up on top of those sit bones. If it feels best, you can kneel, you can stand. One more, hold it up like you're twisting a doorknob. Up and down. Look, good. Rotation coming from those shoulders. Up and down. Up and down. Good. Rotating here from those shoulders. Open and down. Let's go for 5. For 4, twisting that doorknob. For 3, 2 more here. Last one, keep the palms open, bend it in, serve it out. Good. Bend and reach, bend and reach. Good. Pull it in, serve it out. Pull and reach. Good. Pull the elbows, reach the arms. A few more here. Thank God I picked my 2 pounds because my arms are already on fire. 3, 2. Hold it in halfway, we pulse it in and out. Good, little pulses. In and out, sitting up nice and tall, growing through crown of the head, feeling those biceps. Man, my arms are weak. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Goal post. Let's reach those arms straight up to the sky. Pull the elbows down, reach it right back up. Good. Pull and reach. Pulling those elbows down, reaching those knuckles up to the sky. Good, reach and pull. Is it sad that I think the arm part is already harder than the core part we've done? Bend and reach. Let's go for 5 and lift. For 4 and lift. Good, last 3. Whenever I laugh to myself, I'm like, I hope they're laughing a little bit with me, otherwise this is awkward. 1 more here. Goal post, we pulse it out. Little pulses, almost done here. And then we're taking triceps to finish. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those arms down. And now we're going to come onto our knees here. Again, you are always welcome to come into standing if that feels better. We're going to start resting down onto the heels, and we're just going to lower and lift those arms. And I'm trying to lift those arms so they come back behind my hips here. Good, lower and lift. Lower and lift. Good, reaching through, thinking shoulders are reaching away from the ears. Good. 4, reach those knuckles. 3, lifting those arms, feeling those triceps. Keep them back, pulses up and up. And you're always welcome to lift yourself up onto those knees for an extra challenge. Just make sure we're hinged forward, long line through crown of the head, out through tailbone. We start to bend and reach. Bend and reach. Reaching through knuckles. Bend and reach. Good. 6, 5, 4, almost done. Last 3, 2, 1 more set of pulses. Hold it up, pulse it up. Up, making sure we didn't pop open those ribs here. We're still nice and strong through the core. Pulses. 8, 7, last little thing here for 5, for 2, and 1. Take it all the way down. Let's place those weights off to the side here. And let's come into a child's pose. Reach the arms, reach the glutes. Taking that child's pose, really reaching those arms out in front of you, reaching through those glutes. Maybe we separate the knees a little bit to get a bit lower here. And you're reaching your arms nice and long. I'm just scratching Hayes because she's in my way. And then let's come to our all fours here for a moment. Let's do a few cat-cats, rounding that spine and releasing. Rounding that spine and releasing. If someone sends me a picture of me and Hayes doing this, I will love you forever. Releasing. Exhale, round. Good. Releasing. Exhale, round. Let's do 1 more here. And then find a nice flat back, and we're just going to shake our tail from side to side. Just let it rock side to side. Good, back through center, sitting yourself all the way back here. Let's just do a few shoulder rolls to finish this morning. Roll those shoulders, let it feel nice. And releasing. Thank you so much for joining Hayes and I today for your workout. Please feel free to reach out for any requests, anything that you want to see on demand, any live classes, anything like that at all. Otherwise, we'll see you on the screen next time. Have a great day. Bye.